I had the privilege of meeting with Dr. Berry last week, and he shared with me how hard both he and you as a board have worked to help grow this district to where it is today. I appreciate the effort and accomplishments you have made to build our schools, accommodate our students, and attract teachers to meet the needs of a rapidly growing community. I want to see our district succeed and continue to attract families and high-quality teachers when there are so many options nearby. But based on my own observations and in talking with my community, I am concerned that the current leadership is not prepared to take us into the future. With the type of rapid growth we are seeing comes rapidly changing demographics, and with the swift rate of changes in our community, it is important that our school board and administration grow and adapt to meet the needs of the area and its residents. I have heard this area referred to as the next Silicon Valley for the rate that we are attracting technology companies, which means a large part of the growth includes well-educated engineering and science-minded families. My husband and I are part of this, having moved here this spring and both being engineers. We do our best to support our schools in the district, to stay connected, and expect that our kids will receive a high-quality education that will prepare them for college. We are concerned that the district is hitting growing pains and believe the failure of the recent school bond to pass is a sign of this. A school bond not passing is a sign that the administration is not meeting the needs of its community. While I appreciate what Dr. Berry has done for the district, my question is this: is he best suited to bring us into the next phase of growth? I'd like to share some of my concerns that I've heard and those from the community. During our meeting, Dr. Berry said that there are opinions as to what science interprets as truth. The scientific process exists for a reason, and opinions are not part of it. From what I heard from him, he believes the reason we lost the bond measure was because voters did not have the facts. This is not the case. Parents and staff do not feel heard, and they feel disregarded. Staff do not feel able to speak up for fear of retribution. The community knows this as much as the district tries to hide this fact. Not only does word spread fast, but there is zero staff presence on social media, and staff do not attend board meetings or speak during them. This is not normal, and parents and voters notice this. Parents feel dismissed when they try to speak up. Parents feel the district cares little for their students, staff, and the community. Our community feels the administration cannot be trusted. The bond can be brought up again, but it will not pass a second time if the reasons why it failed are not addressed. These are just a few of the reasons people voted no on the bond. I have heard repeatedly from our community that unless there is significant change in our administration, their kids will not attend QCUSC, their parents already pulling their students out, and they will continue to vote no on the school bonds. The way our administration has run this district the last 5 years, while successful, will not continue to add to the success over the next 5 years. Both myself and our community believe it's time for a change. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up is Mark Linder.
Mark Linder, 5142. Dr. Berry, Governing Board. I actually wanted to come up and talk a little bit about staff retention. There was a time when people wanted to come work for Queen Creek. This was the district to come work for in the East Valley. Staff rarely left, and when they did leave, it was because they were retiring. They were retiring from the district. And we never saw anybody leave mid-year. It was very, very rare for somebody to leave mid-year. Sadly, it appears this is no longer the case. This month alone, there are 8 certified and 17 classified resignations. Last month, there were 27 classified resignations. So between 2 months, you've lost almost 60 staff members in the middle of a school year. That was completely unheard of in the past. You had even had a longtime vice principal in this district resign, and the reason that he put out on social media was because of the things he was asked to do and the way he was asked to treat fellow employees. And he didn't agree with it, and he left. Sorry. My daughter is on her 4th English teacher for the year. She's had English teachers quit before the first day of school. That was never heard of. She had substitutes long-term. For almost an entire quarter, she had substitutes and didn't get any standards taught to her for an entire quarter because of this. And then she just had her latest teacher quit again. So she's on her 4th teacher now for the year. And we're only halfway through the year. So, is the board looking into this? What are you guys doing? I know Dr. Berry likes to paint the rosy picture of all this new staff that they're hiring, but nobody's asking the question, why are we hiring so many staff? You're hiring so many because you have so many quitting. Why are you having so many quitting? It's a sign that it's not a good work environment. If it's not a good work environment for the staff, it's not going to be a good educational environment for the kids. That's what we need to do. We're losing all of our really good, qualified staff, and it's just, we need to do something about it. So, thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up is the consent agenda.
I move to take the consent agenda in its entirety with the exception of 7F.